Toast. Somewhere in the realms of sleeping but not asleep, aware of movement but unconcerned by familiarity, eyes refusing to open as depths of sleep held me fast in their grip. I felt her come into the room, followed by her cat. I lay flat, face down on top of the sheet. The cover sheet lay in a pile on her side of the bed, cast aside in the throes of dreams long past. The fan on the dresser blew across me from the side, as the air conditioning vent in the wall at my feet did also. Cold. Chilled. Waves of cold air rippled across my skin, but my mind refused to give in to the desire to pull the sheet up and cover myself. Sleep. I wished to remain asleep. I felt her sit on the bed at her side. I felt her cat jump up at the foot of the bed. The cat leaned against me as it walked up the bed, as if petting itself on me and letting me know that it was there to share the night with us. I heard her undress. The soft sound of cloth sliding against skin before falling to the floor. Then she rose again. I felt her move to the foot of the bed, sheet in hand from where it lay crumpled on her side. The cat moved onto her pillow and purred in my ear. Comforting. Patient. I felt the sheet move beside me as she straightened it and spread it evenly across the foot of the bed, across my feet. Still I lay drifting somewhere in the realms of not quite sleep. Her body blocked the air from the air conditioner vent momentarily, and I felt warmth ripple across my back. Then the sheet was lifted above and allowed to settle gently over me. The warmth lulled me to almost fully asleep as she walked around to my side of the bed and leaned down to me. She asked if I was okay. My mind tried to understand why she was asking, since she was the one fighting a virus, but I could hear myself responding with a deep guttural "mm-hmm" as I lifted my head to kiss her goodnight. Still not awake. Still not asleep. Feeling loved and cared for and warm. Sleep submerged me back into the darkness as I sensed her walking back around the bed to get in on her side. As she lay, her cat moved down from the pillow to curl into a ball under her chin at my side. Soft warm fur snuggled in close as purring calmed the night. Sensing my elbow might make her or the cat uncomfortable, I shifted more to my side to ensure the furball would not be made to abandon its spot of comfort from fear of being smothered. My arm wormed under my pillow to rest. She is a good furball, a pretty thing, full of love, always ready to give comfort with her unobtrusive presence. Into the depths I slipped. Deeper and deeper and dark. I shifted as I felt her rolling over to curl up with her back to me. My shoulder screamed, sending bolts of pain across my shoulders and down my arm. I cringed, snapping awake, and reached to warm it with my other hand, refusing to open my eyes as I rubbed to warm the chilled muscles and relax the tension. For a moment's eternity, a final bolt of intense pain enveloped my shoulder, and then it relaxed. The cat was no longer between us. Her other cat, the big short-haired male, was lying between our pillows, close to his mama. He stirred as I reached up to pet him before I laid my arm across her hip. She sighed and rolled back to me a little, pressing against me. awareness, like a creeping vine, planted its roots in my mind one at a time. I was cold. It was not just my shoulder, but my whole body. I was not covered by the sheet and realized I had not been covered since lying down, as I had not moved my position since she came to bed not too long ago. She had not covered me. She had not bent down to kiss me. She had curled up beside me, snuggling the cat between us as I lay sleeping and drifting between dreams and waking. I could have moved or turned and returned to my position since she came to bed, but I had not. I could tell by the way the sheet was bundled at her feet that she had slipped under and left it lay. Was it a dream or a fondly remembered memory? Does it matter? It was not. I did not want to rise yet. Darkness still gripped the world, keeping responsibilities at bay and far from me. My eyes still were not opened. I lay on my back, trying to ignore the growing need to get up from the bed to find relief in the bathroom. I tried to drift off, but the pressure in my lower stomach was turning to pain. Not intense pain, but rather serious discomfort, which bade me leave my bed and find relief. I stumbled from the bed, eyes still closed. I found relief and slowly returned. Pausing in the doorway, I allowed my eyes to open and gaze upon the clock. I was awake and knew I would not be able to return to sleep now. The dim red lights of the clock revealed there were still hours of darkness remaining. I returned to the bed, hopeful of the return of sleep, to enjoy just laying with my wife and passing the night. My kitten sensed I was awake. I could hear her climbing down the cat tree in the corner next to my bed. I heard her tiny paws hit the carpet as she jumped down the last 1.5 feet from a perch. She's only a few months old, but growing fast. A tiny grunt could be heard as she launched herself upward and perched at the edge of the bed before me. As I stroked her fur and cuddled her face in my palm like she likes, I recalled it was not too long ago she would have to claw her way up to me. She lay next to me, purring as I slowly stroked her fur. She was content. I quietly called her name and told her she was a good baby, to which she returned and gave a quiet meow. She likes to talk to me and gives audible response when acknowledged. I pet her until she too was wide awake and got up to see what was happening in her domain. I got up too. Sleep was a distant memory, and it would be many hours before we visited again. My kitten rubbed against my leg as I turned the coffee pot on and waited for it to preheat. I removed the cover from the toaster and slipped in a few pieces of bread. I was not ready for a meal, but I was hungry. Putting the grounds in the pot, I started a cup of coffee and turned to get the butter and knife. I sat at the table waiting for the toaster and coffee to finish while my kitten circled my legs and tried to lead me to the garage. Our domain, where her older sister of the previous generation waited. Her sister was a little more timid and tended to be bullied by our older cats, so she spent her nights in the garage, sleeping in the boat or on the couch. My kitten was strong from the beginning. She was the only survivor of an abandoned litter and quite feral when I caught her and brought her in. I only knew they were sisters because I knew who their mother was and had been trying to catch her and have her fixed and get her shots. She was a poor excuse for a mother, having abandoned 2 litters I was aware of before they were ready to be weaned. Somehow, though, I think she knew I would step in and take care of them. With coffee and toast, my kitten and I headed for the garage, our place, where they run and play while I write. Her sister was happy to see us, greeting me from the top of the washing machine as I moved through the laundry room before jumping down to go running off with Kitten. They are playing as I listen to the sounds of the night. My coffee is hot, and I enjoy it with my toast as they play. I was cold, but from the depths of slumber I rose with my fur balls to listen to the night as they enjoy being young and full of energy. And now I am warm with my coffee and toast.